The ISSA Trade Show and Convention is the largest trade show and convention in the world for the cleaning industry, and it's happening in a couple of weeks in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm super excited about it because I'm going to go this year, and I hope I'm going to see you there. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by House Call Pro, which is the #1 service software for service professionals. And you will see companies like House Call Pro at the convention if you go. The reason being is they teach you how to save a lot of time and a lot of money by streamlining all of the stuff in your business. Now, with House Call Pro, you can take all of your customer information, like the names of their kids and their pets and the husband and their anniversaries and their birthdays and all these things, and you add them all into this app. The app travels with you on your smartphone wherever you go. So whenever you get to a customer's house, right before you go inside, you can brush up on all the details of the customer, just in case that brother is in from out of town and you forgot his name. Now it's right there in the app. I know, super cool, right? Also, all of the information, if you did an extra upsell, for example, you cleaned out their fridge or you cleaned out their oven, that information goes right in the app. Then when you go back to your office to bill them, you don't have to remember, there are no papers, there's no post-it notes, it's all right in the app. You send them the invoice, you've got their credit card on file, one-click credit card processing, bam, the money's in your bank. It's awesome. It streamlines everything, it makes it so easy, and it removes the need for an administrative assistant. Check it out at housecallpro.com/Angela. Alrighty, on to today's show. I'm super excited about this because this is all the information you need to streamline your ISSA trade show and convention experience. Joining us today is Marlo Kanipe from Deserve Comfort House Cleaning, which is a huge, successful cleaning company in Columbia, South Carolina. And she's coming today as a committee member from the ISSA Trade Show and Convention to share with us a little bit of details about what you need to do before and while you're at the show to get the most out of it. Because the shows are expensive, right? You got to pay for an airline ticket and a hotel and the trade show itself or the registration fees to get in. If you're going to bring business cards or flyers or whatever you're bringing, there's a lot of expense that's involved. But once you find out how this all works into your business, you're going to want to budget that in so that you can attend every single year. Every person that I've talked to says they get so much value from this conference every year that once you go, you can never look back, right? Once you go, you got to keep going every year because it's so beneficial. And I'm super excited to share with you all those details. So with that, please help me welcome Marlo Kanipe.
Marlo Kanipe. I am the owner of Deserved Comfort House Cleaning in Columbia, South Carolina. We have been in business for a little over 33 years. I am the chairperson for the convention this year. Looking forward to meeting everyone there.
Well, I'm so excited to have you on the show today. I've been to your website. You've got an amazing group there in South Carolina. So I'm super excited about what you've done there and also that you've donated so much of your time to help be part of ISSA and ARCSI. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
We talked earlier, but you said that you went to your very first convention back in 2014. And this was even before
Yes.
Facebook and people had connections and groups and all that stuff. Tell us how your first convention went.
So I had just found out about it just by circumstance, and it was really amazing to me to find out a whole new world was out there with people who were doing the same thing that I was doing. So I found out that this was going to be like a convention for cleaning. I'm like, what, really? And so I went there. This was in Orlando that year, and a girl who had kind of introduced me to ARCSI, she showed me around, introduced me to some people, and I was completely overwhelmed. I never realized that there was a whole world out there of professional cleaners, people who were doing the same thing that I was doing here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, going to the conference for your very first time, is there anything that you should expect or anything that you should prepare for?
You actually just go ahead and go online to the website, which is theshow.issa.com. There you will see a show planner. You want to download that show planner. You want to download the app to your phone. You want to be able to look in advance to see what kind of education is going to be offered, what kind of events you'd like to attend. There are a lot of educational sessions that are going to run simultaneously. So you want to be able to pick out the type of things that are going to be best for your business. Look within your own company right now and say, what kind of issues do I have? Make a list of those things, take them with you, and that way you can talk to other owners. You can attend those sessions that will help you to bring answers back to your own business so that you can implement new ways of doing things.
You said connect with other business owners. Would it be a good idea, say, to bring business cards to an event like this?
Absolutely. Bring a lot of business cards and don't just keep them in your pocket. You want to give them out. One of the things that we have that we'll be giving you is a badge that it's kind of like a lanyard that hangs around your neck. It's going to have your name on it, but it has a little pouch that you can put things like business cards in there. Definitely bring business cards with you.
Well, and I like the lanyard idea because then you always have them with you. Because no matter where you go in the conference, I think you have to wear the lanyard to get into different places of the conference.
Absolutely. So when you go to registration on the very first day, you're going to pick up your badge and you want to have that with you throughout the rest of the event. You can't get into the convention center after that very first morning without them. Can't get into a lot of events without that. You can't get on the shuttle that goes from the hotel to the convention, except for that first Monday morning. You cannot get on that shuttle without your badge. So and don't lose the badge because they charge about $50 to replace it. So you want to be
Wow.
sure that you hold on to that as well. But always have it with you.
Nice. And now tell us about the shuttle that goes from the hotel to the convention center.
Yes. So, what you're going to do if you have not registered for the convention yet, you certainly want to do that at the ISSA site. There, you will be able to go ahead and reserve your hotel room. I would recommend Bally's, first of all, because that's where all of the residential people are going to be, so that you can be around people who are doing what you do. You will be able to have a shuttle that will take you from the hotel to the convention center and then back to your hotel later in the afternoon. So I highly recommend that you go through the website to make your reservations for the hotel.
And thank you for bringing up the hotel. I know that I'm staying at Bally's this year, and I know lots of us are hanging out in the lobby in the evenings. And I think they've got a roundtable discussion there at Bally's one evening.
Yes, actually, there's going to be, I think that's going to be on Wednesday night from 7:30 to 10:30. Going to have three sessions of roundtables. So it's going to be between 10 and 12 tables for each session. They'll have very interesting topics that you can kind of pick and choose and just get together with 8 or 10 other business owners. And we'll talk about issues, learn how other people are resolving those issues, or how they learn to implement other plans or help employees or hiring. The list is endless as far as the things that are going to be discussed. So a good time to get to know people, but learn at the same time.
Well, I know when you go to conventions like this, it's kind of high octane. Everybody gets talking and there's high energy and people are chatting. And before you know it, it's the wee hours of the morning. Do you have any advice or suggestions on sleeping at or before or after the convention to try to catch up?
Well, definitely rest up before you go, but you really need to just kind of go all out whenever you're there. You need to attend everything that you can and make the most of it. It is 4 days of just nonstop. Get your rest, before you go to your classes. You do need to allot some time to get some rest. Have fun while you're at it. You're there in Vegas and want to have a little bit of fun doing that. You really want to take advantage of all of the education, the welcome reception, those round tables, everything that you can to learn so that you can make the most of your time there and then have great knowledge of things that you've learned and to bring back to your business.
Well, it sounds like with the roundtable discussions and with the concurrent sessions, it sounds like there's something kind of for everybody at every different stage of their business. This is not just for new people or people that have been in the business for 20
Oh
years,
no.
right?
Oh no. It is geared for people who are just starting, in the middle of, been in a few years, or people who have really excelled and maybe even don't even work in their business anymore. They're going to have a millionaires panel one morning. They're going to have people who have really succeeded in their businesses that will allow us to ask them questions. How did you do it? And learn their secret sauce of how they made it. They're going to be so forthcoming to help everybody who's there. So it's wonderful. Also, Martha Woodward is having a little event of her own called Margaritas and Workshops several nights there at Bally's. They're going to have a lot of really good topics that you definitely want to attend. No cost for that. And free margaritas is a bonus.
I love this concept where you have lots of little parties and gatherings and socials and networks and events. And I know people have already started making appointments to meet together for dinner and lunch and drinks
Oh, yeah,
afterwards. And it sounds like a
absolutely.
great big happy family that once you sign up, you kind of have to just put it on your schedule and go year after year after year.
You definitely do. I would highly recommend not missing it. It is a kind of a reunion of sorts once you do get to know a few people. These people that you meet, you can call them at any time during the year. You're having a little issue with something, you want to call them or send them a message on Facebook or an email. And how do you do this? Or what did you tell me about this? And they can really help you to move forward in your business.
Oh my goodness, this is so helpful. Thank you so much. In closing, let me ask you, what do you wear to a conference like this?
You want to wear something that's going to be comfortable. I would suggest maybe business casual. You do want to be sure to bring a sweater or a jacket because in the mid-November in Vegas, it's going to be a little cooler than it normally is, usually 60s to 70s during the day and mid 40s at night. So you want to dress appropriately for that. Plus in the convention center, the rooms can get a little cool. So you want to be able to have something for that. Mainly dress comfortable because, you are going to be in classes, kind of sitting in classes all day. But the days that you choose to walk the show floor, you want to be sure that you have on very comfortable shoes. The show floor is just massive. It's like nothing you've ever seen before, especially women who like to wear the heels, to kind of wear some flats or tennis shoes or something that day because it can be exhausting.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I've seen people at these conferences standing on the concrete floors in their heels. And I sit there going, wow, you looked so smart.
Not.
But you look so pretty.
So pretty, yes, but they'll be aching by the end of the day. That's for sure.
That's right. Well, Marlo, this has been so helpful. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate it. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us in closing?
I would just say, if you have not registered, go do it. You will not regret it. This is when I went in 2014, that was the best decision. My business has probably tripled since that time. And, had been in business all those years and I thought I knew it all. Oh, I did not know anything compared to what the knowledge that is out there. So I encourage everyone to just register. You go once and you're going to go back.
And I think that's an important thing to realize because if you are planning on going back every year, that becomes part of your budget. It's a line item in your budget where you're going to have a hotel, you're going to have an air flight, you're going to have the registration for the conference. And then there has to be some kind of expense where you're going to follow up with people ongoing for the following year until the next conference.
That's right. And it's just something we all look forward to, so forward to every year.
Well, it sounds like so much fun. I'm so excited. Share with our listeners where they can find you.
And me, you can find me on Facebook, Marlo McKelvey Kanipe. You can email me at Marlo, MARLO, at deservedcomfort.com. And you can also call my office at 803-739-9700. And I'll be glad to provide any other information I can for you.
Alrighty, and that is Marlo Kanipe from Deserve Comfort House Cleaning. And isn't she brilliant? I tell you what, she just saved you from wearing the wrong shoes to the conference. She saved you from freezing while you're in the concurrent and learning sessions. And when you see her at the conference, you're going to go up to her and personally thank her and say, hey, thanks so much for all the tips you gave me to get the most out of my cleaning conference. I know, it's awesome. I'm going to leave links in the show notes to everything that we talked about so that you can find it and also get in touch with her. If you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. And if we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.